Humans in the Pliocene? Theories of biological evolution have sought to explain changes in species over time. In its early stages, fixism predominated, which held that living beings were immutable and had been created as they exist today. However, in the 19th century, Jean-Baptiste Lamarck proposed that organisms modified their characteristics according to the use or disuse of their organs and transmitted these changes to their offspring, although this idea was discarded with the advancement of genetics. Later, Charles Darwin revolutionized biology with his theory of natural selection, where he explained that species evolved due to competition for survival and reproduction. Individuals with favorable characteristics are more likely to leave offspring, which over time generates changes in populations. This theory was complemented in the 20th century with Mendel's genetic discoveries, giving rise to neo-Darwinism or the modern synthesis. Today, evolution continues to be studied with genetic tools, fossils, and computational models. Evolutionary developmental biology, EvoDevo, has shown that small changes in genetic regulation can generate large transformations in organisms. Biological evolution is recognized by the majority of the scientific community as a proven fact. However, the mechanism by which one species becomes another has not yet been explained in a completely precise manner. In 1860, the professor of the Technical Institute of Brescia, Giuseppe Ragazzoni, undertook an expedition to the town of Castanedolo, in Italy, with the aim of collecting fossil shells in the geological strata of the Pliocene. During his exploration, Ragazzoni made an unexpected discovery. He found a human skull, accompanied by remains of the thorax and limbs, in geological deposits considered millions of years older than the presence of modern human beings. The discovery generated controversy within the scientific community, as upon examining the bones, some experts doubted their authenticity. They considered it improbable that a modern human being could have existed in such a remote era. However, Ragazzoni, convinced of the validity of his discovery, argued that the bones were firmly embedded in the original sediment of the Pliocene and did not appear to have been displaced by natural processes. Despite his insistence, most scientists of the time rejected the idea that the remains genuinely belonged to an early phase of human history. Their evolutionary relevance was dismissed under the assumption that some error had caused the mixing of the fossils. However, years later, Ragazzoni returned to Castanedolo and again discovered more human remains in the same strata, which reinforced his conviction that the presence of those skeletons in such ancient sediments could not be a simple coincidence. This finding, along with other human remains discovered in unexpected geological strata, has been used in some alternative theories to question the conventional timeline of human evolution. However, to date, the scientific community continues to maintain that the Castanedolo remains were likely introduced later into the ancient deposits, ruling out the possibility that they represent evidence of the existence of humans in the Pliocene. Years later, Ragazzoni, together with Germani, decided to acquire the land where they had been excavating in Castanedolo. With the purpose of continuing their research without restrictions, they carried out new excavations in the area, which led them to discover an ancient burial site. The discovery of the burial site represented a turning point in the controversy, as it provided a geologically plausible explanation for the location of the remains. Despite the resolution of the debate, the remains continue to be an enigma.